She gripped the card as if it were burning through her skin. My 6-year-old, small hands trembling, lips quivering, read the words aloud. Fake daughter. The laughter died. Conversations froze. Every head at the wedding turned toward us. I didn't flinch. I didn't reach for my phone. I just took her hand, folded the card neatly in half, and smiled. 30 minutes later, their phones wouldn't stop ringing. But we'll get there. 2 years ago, this family was mine. I had married into their fortune, their connections, their perfectly polished cruelty dressed up as elegance. His mother hugged me like she was welcoming me into heaven, but really, she was calculating my value. His sister raised her glass with a smile that stopped at her lips. And Daniel, my husband, looked at me like I was everything he'd ever wanted. I was foolish enough to believe that look. When we struggled to have a child, whispers started, soft and poisonous, that it was my fault. And when we finally adopted Lily, I thought the judgment would fade. It didn't. It only changed shape. They coo. She's so cute, but doesn't she look a little different from you? Always said sweetly, sugar hiding the venom. Daniel never stepped in. He laughed with them, told me I was being too sensitive. That's how betrayal begins. Quietly, with silence and small omissions. So when I uncovered the messages between Daniel and his ex, Jessica, I wasn't surprised. What hurt wasn't that he cheated. It was how long he had. 6 years. Before Lily. Through every birthday, every anniversary. She had been there, smiling in photos I hadn't realized were lies. And Daniel had a plan. After his sister's wedding, he'd leave me. He'd claim full custody. Use a fake daughter rumor, started by his mother, to paint me as unstable. It was all written in a message I was never meant to see. Jessica had typed, "Once she's humiliated in public, she'll break. You'll have the story." She miscalculated one thing. I don't break. That night, I didn't cry. I planned. Step 1, gather proof, legal, digital, social. I hired a private investigator, copied every message, traced the money, collected witness statements. Step 2, choose the battlefield. The wedding would be my stage. Their arrogance made it easy. They'd invited everyone important. Investors, colleagues, family, the press. Step 3, the reveal. Not chaos, precision. At the wedding, I watched Daniel play the loving husband. He looked perfect in the suit I'd chosen. His hand rested on my back like a claim. But his phone buzzed every few minutes. Jessica was there, too, blending in as a guest of the groom's family. Lily sat quietly, drawing little hearts on her napkin. She had no idea what was coming. When she returned to her seat after the ceremony and found that card, the one that said, "Fake daughter," the plan stopped being strategic. It became personal. I wasn't supposed to act yet, but something inside me aligned, sharp and clear. I knelt beside her and whispered, "It's okay, sweetheart. They just don't know the truth yet." Then I kissed her forehead and walked straight to the sound booth. While the crowd toasted the happy couple, I pressed send. Every phone in the room lit up. Investors, friends, family, all receiving the same video file. In it, Daniel and Jessica. Hotel rooms, messages, voice notes, plans to label me unfit. Conversations mocking Lily's adoption. It played on the big screen. 2. I'd synced it with the AV system days ago. The laughter died on cue. His mother's hand froze mid-toast. Jessica tried to bolt. Daniel just stood there, pale, silent, as his empire disintegrated in front of everyone. 30 minutes later, the calls began. Business partners, lawyers, reporters. By morning, the footage had gone viral. Every contract suspended. Every reputation burned. And me? Gone. Lily and I slipped away before anyone could reach us. Our bags were packed, our new home ready, paid for with the money I'd quietly transferred over 6 months. While they plotted my humiliation, I'd already built my escape. That night, Daniel called 17 times. I answered once. "Why would you do this?" he asked, his voice cracking. I said nothing. He shouted, "You ruined everything." I smiled. "No," I said. "I just showed them who you really are." Then I hung up. People think revenge feels like fire. It doesn't. It's ice cold, clean, controlled. I didn't destroy him out of rage. I dismantled him in silence. Because the best revenge isn't loud. It's the quiet sound of everything they built collapsing. Weeks later, a letter came from his mother. No apology, just a question. How could you do this to your own family? I folded it once and set it aside.